And I'm Tasia.
And we're here to interview the Washington Marion alumni.
Today we have Miss Nelson, Miss Montgomery,
Ms. Delafosse,
Mr. LaFleur.
and Mr. Simmons.
So we have a few questions for you guys. The first question is for you, Mrs. Nelson. How do you accept the gifts that you have and without being intimidated by intimidating others?
I think the way you accept the gifts that you have is to come to a place where you learn to love and accept yourself. Getting comfortable in your own skin and having a good understanding about who you are and what your purpose is. Once you do that, it becomes a little bit more difficult for you to become unraveled or to allow other people to deter you or distract you from your greatness. So I would say spend some time getting to know yourself. Understand your gifts and your talents, and then when you know what they are, sit in it, stand waist deep in it, so that when people come and try to kind of knock you off your throne or distract or deter you from the things that you're supposed to do, you're so deep in who you are that you won't be moved.
Okay, thank you.
To Mr. Simeon, what's one of the things that help you have the life you have now?
I think the biggest thing that helped me is family, and not just necessarily blood related family. I mean, just having people around that were like family, whether it's parents or just good friends, but people that were very, very positive about what I was trying to do, very supportive, but at the same time very honest and real about what I should be doing. They didn't hold back, and I appreciated that. So I think that was the thing that kind of grounded me and propelled me forward. And it wasn't always the relatives, sometimes they were distractions, but the people that were around me were very, very strong, and they were very, very definitive about what they saw in me, and I was pretty sure about who I was too, so it all worked together.
Thank you.
Great answer. To Mrs. Montgomery, how do you forgive?
Forgiving can sometimes be difficult, but it is necessary to be successful in life. When you live, you can't hold on to grudges. You have to let that go. And it also will stunt your growth if you hold on to things and learn to take things personal. So you just have to learn just to move on. It may take time. There's no timeline on when to forgive someone, but it will help you in life, in all aspects of life. In careers, you may have a coworker that you may not agree with, or a boss that may not you agree with, and if you don't forgive them, they may hurt your growth in your career. So it's an essential tool to do that.
Thank you.
To Ms. Delafosse, how do you become more comfortable with the authentic you?
I think it's just accepting who you are and what you've come to realize what you're here for. I learned the lesson long ago what I was capable of doing, and I went for it. And if it meant that I had to go at it alone, I was comfortable with that, because sometimes in recognizing who you are authentically is recognizing that the path you have to take does not include everyone. So when you come to terms with who you are, you go for it. You're not ashamed by it, and you don't make excuses. You go and you do it, and sometimes you have to do it by yourself. And if there are people along the way who can join you, fine. But if you're going to be authentic, you have to sometimes embrace that the journey is yours and yours alone.
And the last question, how do you heal the spirit?
So you heal the spirit, Ms. Montgomery kind of helped shape this. You have to learn to forgive people. And you start by one, I think, spirituality, okay? If you are one with God, it's going to help you in the healing process, because you have that word to lean on. The next thing is, and you have to understand yourself. And if there's something or someone that hurt you, you have to look at it and say, were they trying to hurt me, or were they trying to help me? Sometimes we may take it personally when really they were trying to help us. And once you understand that part of it, it helps you to heal from it and go back to that person and say, I was upset when you told me that, but I've thought about it, and here's what I'm taking from it, and here's how I'm going to move forward.
And now, to all of you, why do you feel homecoming is important?
Oh, great question.
That's a great question.
Yes. I'll start it. Homecoming is important because of the word in it, home. Everyone wants to know that there's that one place that they can go where they feel comfortable, where they feel loved and appreciated, and they can celebrate all the great memories that help mold them into the person they are. So for me, homecoming is important because it does just that. It brings you back to where you've come from, and it allows you to recognize your growth, but also the people who helped you get there. Homecoming is important.
Good answer. For me, homecoming is important because it is a celebration. It is the celebration of all that we are. When I think about Washington Marion, I think about success, and I think about intellect, and I think about athletic ability, and I think about family, and I think about friendships and connections and networking. And homecoming is the celebration where all of those things come together, and the ones who are here now get to kind of see everything that we are. They get to have a hands-on experience of the legacy and tradition that is Washington Marion.
And when you leave Washington Marion, you all take different paths in life. You may stay in Louisiana, you may live far away. But homecoming is a place where we all can come together as a tribe. We are Indians.
Yes.
And it's a time to celebrate together as a tribe and to give back to the next generation to show them how we did it and how it is important to keep up the tradition of pride and school spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Wow,
definitely.
that's wonderful. And what you heard from each one of them is the we, right? That's what homecoming is about. It's about we. It's about the class of 1985. It's about the class of 1978, the class of 1990, all of those different classes coming together. And we are partying together. We are coming back to give back to our community because we're, as the Alumni Association, we're not just here to party. We're here to also give back. So it's give back to current students, show them the history, but then also give back in terms of mentoring, in terms of just sharing a word. So homecoming is, to me, is we, us.
I think homecoming is also, the grounding is the people. You know, most of us, all the people that we meet at school define us in how we go through our lives.
Yes.
And it's amazing that people that you've seen growing up since you were a little child, and you come back and you've seen all the paths that they've taken, and you see their children, and you see some of them grandchildren. And it's just amazing that when everybody comes home, back to that home base, how you can all let your hair down and share those experiences all over.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Those are really great answers.
Thank you.
They're from our authentic selves.
Straight from the heart.
They're straight from the heart.
What is a message that you would all would like to leave to the current Washington Marion students?
I'll start with that. My message is B212. At 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. With boiling water comes steam. With steam, you can power a locomotive. It takes very little effort, 1 degree, to go from hot water to boiling water. That same amount of effort to make a big impact in your life.
Guess I'll go next. Just remember that everybody was created by God. Everybody was born with a mother, a father, and they were given life. And in that life, everybody has a gift. And one of the biggest things that we can do in this life is to find that gift that has been endowed in us, develop it, and turn it into something good. I mean, you can take a person who can cook and sell drugs. The same person can go out there and create things that's going to help society. Same person that can weigh different things can go out and build different things. So if we find our gifts and develop them, you'll be amazed at what God has endowed in us.
I would say the message for students is my favorite quote. The greatest obstacle to becoming great is becoming good. Right now, you might be good at what you're doing. You might be okay, you're average, but there's more in you. So don't allow the fact of your being comfortable where you are limit you. You have to push for greatness. So don't allow that obstacle to, prevent you from going on to be what Mr. Simeon was referring to. It's in you.
Be good to one another. Operate your life with the understanding that each of us have a struggle and an experience that you don't know about. Take time to be good to each other.
And I would say, as alumni, I would ask the students to continue on the rich legacy that we all have set here at Washington Marion Magnet High School, and write your own chapter in that book. Take advantage of the resources that are available to you now. The future starts now. And whatever you do at Washington Marion now, in the classrooms, on the field, or wherever, is going to open so many doors for your future. So I would say, be a proud member of the Charging Indian tribe.
Amen.
Wow, thank you guys so much for joining us today. There you have it, Washington Marion alumni. They're here with us. This is the image of success. So all you Washington Marion students, this is what we have to look up to. We're more than just what society says we are. We are successful, we are productive, we are Charging Indians.